Well, welcome to another Friday night disaster report on a Sunday afternoon. Been a while since we've done any videoing. Just been busy and a couple weeks of vacation and trying to get stuff caught up. So anyways, we'll give you a little tour around, show you what we're up to, some of the projects that have been hanging around for a while we're getting to, and show you what we got lined up this week for a variety of mechanic work. Looks like mostly diagnostic work this week. Last week was mostly mechanical work. We that Dodge that was sitting outside, we got it done up. Ended up adding 2 plies to the main springs on it on the back, and made a 3-ply overloader so he wouldn't get too terrible bad of a ride, and then upgraded to 5/8 U-bolts on the back of it to hopefully prevent some of the U-bolt stretching that the Dodges are prone for. And then ended up having to put 2 batteries and a starter on it, and a steady bearing and a U-joint. But anyways, we got her all done up. She's working good. So that took a fair bit of time this last week, and then a few other drop-in things, whatever. And so anyways, I think we'll take you for a walk around and show you what we've been up to. We'll go flying here. And we got our whiteboard up here with our list of jobs and customers and basics of what they need done on them. And let's see, we got this cylinder here. It actually sits like this. It's for a flywheel stationary engine, and the head goes on here. This bolts onto the base back here, and she's got some cracks in her and stuff, but the main problem is if you can see down in there, we got some let me get my thumb out of the way, got some severe rust issues going on. So the engine shop down the road, half an hour down the road, next town, wanted me to see if I could do this, seeing as how they're not set up for this kind of work, and I can do it. So we got a sleeve here that they ordered in that should be able to be made the right size, and we got the piston here. So this is going to go on our boring mill conversion for the lathe, along with that engine there that's been here all summer. We're going to do them both at the same time because we're going to build the jigs for them, and bore them out, sleeve them, bore the sleeve out to size. And engine shop wanted 1 to 1.5 thou for honing to get fit, and when you measure these things, there's about 10 to 15 thou clearance on the piston, so a thou or 2 honing to size them is I don't know, I wouldn't be bothering, but anyways, it's up to them. That removable cylinder there, that's the one for the engine shop. The other one's for actually the Western Development Museum in North Battleford. They asked me to do that one for them. This here shaft come off of a dump truck manure spreader, and as you can see, he had a bad day last spring. He decided to try to use it, and everything of course was froze full of ice, and gearbox twisted that 1.5-inch shaft right off, just like you're wringing a dishcloth. So we're making him a new piece of shaft, and then he's going to bring the truck over, and we're going to have to weld it in there for him. And we've also got to make this ring here for the coupler that's sitting right here, and this guy get cleaned up. And right there, you can see that's your split there, and then on the opposite side there's you should be able to see a gap like right there, but this has been tightened down so hard into the taper that it's permanently deformed. So this end is actually tight. So I think we're going to see if we can I don't know if we can do that or not, because that split there doesn't go down. It is just a cut into it for relief. Let it flex, and they've got it pushed together so hard that it's bottomed out on one side, but Anyways, we're going to see what we can do. We may put the piece of shaft in there and then heat it up, see if we can get it to come back into shape for him. And so anyways, that's that stuff. We're working on a piece over here in the mill. Working on it yesterday. This is a piece of 1" by 6" plate. We got 2 slots in it. We're going to put 2 more slots, symmetrical slots down, I think 3 inches lower. And you can see on the back side there where they're going to be. We got to turn this thing over so that we got clearance on our vise to mill those slots in. But I got them indexed so that they match these two, so that we can bolt that to the lathe on the carriage, clamp it down, and then the angle plate will come off of here up, and it's going to be 2 feet long this way, and I think it's 12 or 14 inches high it's going to be. Anyways, big enough so we can mount the whole base of that other engine on there. And anyways, we got a cool mist. I don't know if I showed this in the last video or not, but we got a cool mist set up on the mill here. And we got our reservoir back there. It tends to get a little bit of air in the system if you don't use it real often. It takes a while to bleed it all out, but it seems to work pretty good. I've been using it here on the mill, and keeping everything cooled off. So that's that stuff that we're working on. And we got the head for the Datsun sitting here. I'm going to put that together here in sometime. And this quad Polaris, it's in for electrical work. Turn the key on, nothing happens. So over here we got a chunk of wood to set our anvil on. It's a little bit short, but we've got 2 more chunks over here of the same tree that are a little bit taller. So I want to have it about 2 inches taller. And what I'm thinking, I'm debating on whether I'm going to put it 3 pieces of 2x4 under that one to give it a kind of a tripod stance, or if we're going to take one of these other ones and cut it square and get it just to the right height. Because this floor in this shop is horrendously out of level. Now there goes Trashy Cat. So you set anything flat on this floor and it rocks around no matter where you are. Anyways, outside here, let's see what we've been doing out here since the last time we did anything. The red rocket sitting there. I remembered we called this thing the polar toe, the old 60 Chev, also known as the tadpole. Anyways, fired it up the other day and promptly ran out of gas. Had to put gas in it, started up again. Starter was acting up a little bit, but anyways, it's old. I guess it's allowed to. And diesel Dodge sitting there ready to go. I don't know if I showed that engine or not. Anyways, I'll show it again. We got a little 2 horsepower International here we picked up cheap at an auction. It's stuck and everything, but it's pretty much all there. And we got a 7.3 IDI with a factory turbo. They only built them 1 year. That's sitting there. Customer has pulled it out, put it in another truck, and of course another truck had a different engine, had a Power Stroke in it, so it doesn't fit. But anyways, so we're going to try to sell that engine, I guess. So anyways, I've got a line on 2 or 3 more of these little Internationals, so I'm going to see if I can get them collected up one of these days. And those ones aren't stuck. So, and there's a Freightliner. We swapped the radiator out for the farmer in that, so we'd be ready for harvest. He's having some heating issues. And we got a little Toyota here. It doesn't start, but it runs good. Think about that for a minute. And we got a 4x4 problem, and we got a power steering leak and something else. On this one is written down. A Ford with a no start. That's for the start of this week, anyways. And move some stuff around with the old tow truck there, the middle tow, the other day. And while I was on vacation, some helpful person come along and help themselves to the tires and rims off the back of this Ranger that the customer's left sitting here since last Christmas. So I was quite happy about that, and hope they get good use out of them anyways. The customer doesn't seem to care. He's been here a couple times, hasn't even said anything, but maybe he's the one that took them, I don't know. Anyways, so we got a trailer sitting there. We got to put our oil tanks back on it and go do some oil collecting here in the next week or two. And we got a couple tanks oil, but we want to get more. We're going to need more here before we're done this winter. So we'll see what we can get gathered up here. And we got 2 totes over there. We might get a third. We got a couple of oil tanks back there and an old trailer. We're going to fill them up with oil, and then we can move them in and out when we need to on the old, it's an old sprayer trailer, a little tandem axle walking beam farm trailer built for the sprayer tank. And other than that, it's about all the latest and greatest that's going on around here, I think. And always got stuff to do, but we're going to try to get some of the machining jobs done here right away. And back inside here, and let me see. Oh, the plates, the steel plates that are going to be the other part of that angle plate are sitting here. And they're not actually symmetrical. That one there, I think is 14 or 16 inches. And this one here is last. It was 2 foot square piece, and I cut it. I can't remember. It was a while back when I cut it, so I can't remember. I know this side is a little bit bigger because you got to fit the base of that engine. And got some plates on the floor there. The guy stopped by for a barbecue on Saturday there at lunchtime, or showed up, and I was barbecuing, so we all have barbecue. And we got to get the old Big Bear fired up here and moved out for the winter. It's been taking up space in here too long. And let's see, what else have we got here? We got some old testers we picked up at an auction here. And this one here, these are the old diagnostic tools before computers. So that's a coil tester there. Actually spins inside here, and points open and closed, and it'll fire a coil. And you can tell whether or not where it's firing at to see if it's drawing too much or too little current. And we got another tester over here, similar kind of deal. And with all the old stuff I got around here, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of antique testing equipment to go with it. So anyways, I think that's about where we're at with everything around here. So anyways, we're going to try to get some footage of the machining and stuff that we're doing down here, and we're going to video all the engine boring and sleeving and sizing jobs. And I don't know how if we're just going to put clips up, or hopefully be able to get a computer that will do editing, and then we'll put together some videos. That's the goal, because I got some other footage I want to put together in videos, but without being able to edit stuff, it's kind of disjointed and probably not that interesting. But anyways, that's it for this week, and we'll be hopefully getting more videos up now that we're getting toward fall, and hopefully have a little bit more time to play around with this stuff. So we see you next time.